During the Second Punic War, General Hannibal Barca won an astounding series of victories on the Italian peninsula, destroying every army he came across and only being held at bay by being avoided. But for Rome to win the war, they had to do more than just not lose against Hannibal. They needed a Hannibal of their own. Luckily for them, they had one. Having observed battles like Cannae, Scipio the Younger had seen and learned from Hannibal's tactics. He himself was also endowed with a great military mind, and despite his young age, he was chosen to lead the campaign in Carthaginian-ruled Spain. His father and uncle had earlier died there. In Spain, the tables were turned, with the Roman army sweeping through and capturing New Carthage in only a year. Then, he landed on the African continent, the heartland of Carthage. After winning a few skirmishes, the danger was deemed so great to Carthage that Hannibal was recalled from Italy to defend them. It must have been the hardest decision of his life, much of which had by now been spent in Italy. The two titans met at Zama in 202 BC, and the night before the battle they had a conversation, with the older Hannibal warning Scipio about testing fate. The next day, the deciding battle of the entire war, which had been going on for 16 years, took place. Who would win, the student or the master? Hannibal had lost one of his most important assets to Scipio, his first-class cavalry. However, he still had his famed war elephants, which he sent out to trample the Roman army. They responded by creating gaps in their line for the elephants to pass through, and by playing music to scare off the huge animals. The Roman infantry quickly got through the first Carthaginian line, but were pushed back in disorganization upon meeting the harder fighting second. Meanwhile, the Numidian cavalry under the command of Massinissa tore through the Carthaginian force, driving them away from the battlefield. A short hiatus allowed both sides to form up their ranks, roughly equal in size and containing thousands of veterans. The Carthaginian forces were more fresh, though, and so had a slight advantage, until the cavalry came back around and destroyed any hope Hannibal had of winning. Scipio was dubbed Scipio Africanus for his victory, returning to Rome the richest man yet in its history. Decades later, the Third Punic War would destroy Carthage once and for all.